Good Friday morning, everybody. It is cold up here in Maine. We're in the single digits again. I am headed back to the wood yard because I keep getting a comment on my videos, and we're gonna put a little myth to bed here. Everybody says there's no way that ash that I'm splitting is dry. So the moisture meter doesn't lie, right? Let's go find out for sure just how dry that ash is. And I'm going to show you why I say it's ready for the stove, and I'm going to show you that it is ready for the stove. So let's go take a look. And before we do that, if you haven't liked, commented, and subscribed to our videos, we would appreciate you doing that very much. I enjoy answering everybody, and I look at all the comments, as you can tell, because otherwise I wouldn't be going out to split a piece of wood here to do this moisture test. But I enjoy all aspects of YouTube, even the stuff when people don't believe me. So let's go split a piece of wood and let's find out how dry it is, and then I'm going to show you what we do to make sure that it's absolutely bone dry before it hits my stove. And it's something that everybody else can do too. So this is not magic. No smoke, no mirrors. Let's get it done. All right, so all I did was I pulled a couple of rounds out of the firewood pile. It's right here to my right. They're right here. I'm going to split these open. Then we're going to bring the moisture meter over. And we're going to check them. These, everybody is saying there's no way they're dry. Well, there's only one way to find out. The moisture meter doesn't lie, so let's get to it. Now I know I could fire the all wood up, but it's really cold. It's going to take a long time to warm up, so I'm already warmed up. I enjoy splitting by hand. I always have. I'm trying to be easy, but I guess just gotta swing. Alright, so we got some pieces here. That's our fresh split, right off the wood pile, freeze dried. And I say freeze dried because wood dries even when it's cold out. I don't know if anybody knows that, but it'll still dry. So here's a few pieces, we'll check those. These are the pieces that I brought in 2 days ago by my wood stove. We're gonna split these so we can check the moisture content. Put the split sides up so that I know which side to test. I can tell right now, the sucker's dry. So, I'm gonna get you guys over here with the camera. We're gonna take some moisture readings. All right, so let's start with fresh split first. Let's see what we got. Fresh split right out of the pile. %. Now, you guys are gonna say that's not dry. That's pretty gosh darn dry. Fresh split, 19.3%. That's under 20. Fresh split again, 18%. So, fresh split is dry. Imagine that. But now we put it in by the wood stove. Putting it in by the wood stove, we can dry it out even more. So, here's a piece that came right from my house. I don't know if you can see it or not. That one's reading 19%. That one, I can't even read it with the sun, hang on. 18.2%. So, what I've concluded from my experiment here is that even the wood that I brought in to dry by my wood stove is no drier than the wood that I'm splitting fresh out of the pile right here. And everybody says now, wood doesn't dry unless it's split. Well, it's not true. Wood will dry, it dries slower. But ash up here in Maine has a much lower moisture content. It starts at probably 25% moisture and goes down from there. So I've got an armful of wood that we took from inside that was beside the stove, and we split it to check our moisture content. And now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go in and throw it in the wood stove. The wood stove's almost out, there's some coals in there, and we're gonna see if this sizzles or if it burns. So that's usually where the dogs congregate, right there. We've got a heritage soapstone stove, and as you can see, pretty well burnt out right now. We'll rake some coals around. Plenty of coals in here, so if we've got dry wood, should start up pretty easy. So we're gonna take our split wood that we just brought from outside. This was the stuff that was on our rack. We're gonna set it right in the fire, just like so. Nothing special. I'm gonna close this door just a whisker, and we're gonna let that go for just a minute. And when we come back, it's gonna light right up. And that's showing right there too that our flue temp is not hot. So we're not starting with a super hot stove, but I see already a glimmer. I think we've got flame. And look at that. Nice dry wood, not sizzling. I'm gonna close that, let the draft catch. We'll come back in just a second and that thing's gonna be roaring. All right, so the dog's watching the flames dance. That's getting going pretty good now. We'll open the door. And there you go. Nice, clean fire. No smoke, no sizzling, no fuss. So the wood out there in round form is dry. It burns excellent in the stove, and it's keeping my house very warm, and it's keeping other places pretty warm too. So I appreciate your comments, guys, but I promise you, no funny games are played here. This is all just getting it done, and we've been doing firewood for a long time. So this was kind of a fun little experiment for me. I like the comments. I like seeing people say, hey, you don't know what you're doing. I promise you, I am not going to rip anyone off, hoodwink anybody, pull the wool over anyone's eyes, or definitely not give them wood that they can't burn. I am fully transparent with every stick of firewood that I sell, and I'm transparent with every stick of wood that I burn in my own house. So we appreciate you guys. We don't want to be playing any funny games or anything like that. And I think anybody that's really taken the time to watch the channel and realize what we're doing, they know. So again, if you haven't done so yet, guys, make sure to hit that bell icon and subscribe. You can get notified anytime we go live, post new videos, any of that stuff. We got lots of stuff coming from Allwood. Some really exciting stuff coming from Allwood. And I'm really enjoying talking to everybody about these splitters, setting up events and things like that. It's just a really great community. But remember, freeze-dried wood, it's okay. It's ash. If it wasn't ash, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. If that was maple or oak or birch, no way. But ash up here is a special species. That's why I say ash is cash. I love having ash around. So remember, again, guys, a little bit every day goes a long way. Help someone if you can. We'll see you on the next one. If you got anything else that you think that doesn't make sense, what's this guy doing? He's ripping people off, or he doesn't know what he's doing. Leave a comment. We'll see what we can do. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we can learn together. That's the beautiful part about this community, and I have been wrong before. Trust me.